Right, just a quick one on the US elections really. Obviously in the UK we're watching from a distance, and you know, we can see the problems unfolding. Now I've got a feeling that if Trump had won, I think most of your cities would be trashed by now, because you've just let everyone, you know, it's okay being free, but you know, with freedom comes this new responsibility. We have to teach people right and wrong. You know, I don't know, anyway, there's so much to say that I've actually written a sheet, which I don't normally do. So let's go through that. So we've got, first point, yeah, the censoring. Twitter, Facebook, and all those, that other rubbish, are obviously now trying to shut us all up, including Trump. I mean, what sort of a disadvantage is that? You know, here we go. Trump's been on Twitter, has been censored 3 times, Biden 0. The banners on Facebook. Every time you see a Trump entry, there's a banner across saying Biden's won the election, or is projected to win the election. Well, maybe he is, but we don't want to know. All over Facebook. You know, that's rubbish. That man, Yucky Burger, is like some kind of Hitler. In fact, there's even memes with him with a little moustache and a bit of hair here, like I haven't got. You know, they've, you know, he's acting now like the Nazis did in about 1937. What's he going to do next? Disarm the Jews? You know, I don't know. Ballots found everywhere. You know, what's that about? Why are ballots being found in waste bins? And, you know, why is it that ballots suddenly turn up 3 o'clock in the morning, 120,000 ballots get counted, and they're all for Biden? That is impossible. You know, where are all the people shouting? You know, all those who voted for Biden, who aren't shouting, are obviously part of the criminal activity. It looks as if these Democrats, they're not democratic at all. You know, they're running like Nazi Germany, basically. You know, it's okay being sort of communist, or socialist as they call it, but how can you be social if you know, controlling everything? That's not social. Yeah, beggars belief, really. You know, America's supposed to be the top country in the world, because most of you came from here, and it's acting like some sort of gangster racket, which some say it is. You know, even the CIA and the FBI are in on it. You know, they're trying to get Trump out, because, I mean, they obviously want their money to carry on, and they're rich, and they've got lots of rich people running it. They're all on $1 million salaries and all sorts. They don't want that to end. You know, Trump's on their backs, basically. You know, the rich are getting richer all over the world. There's no balance anymore. Eventually, you know, they'll be sitting on their islands going like this, and we'll all be fighting each other for a scrap of bread. Not right. Right, the charts now. On the morning, all the news channels are all showing, even Fox, who is pro-Trump, I think, not sure now, showed these charts with Trump accelerating away from Biden. Like nobody's business. Biden hardly had anything. Trump was winning everything. Next thing you know, it goes like this. Trump accelerating away, Biden down here somewhere. Suddenly it goes like just here. Somebody thought, oh my God, we're going to lose this. Quick, release the fake ballots. Suddenly went like that. Trump's down here, and Trump stayed on 214 or whatever, and Biden kept going up and up and up and up and up. That never happens. You know, if you're thinking that that's normal, and you think we're going to buy that, yeah, it really does beg a belief. I mean, I don't know what kind of cuckoo land you Americans are in, but that is absolutely ridiculous. So I'll tell you what happened there, shall I? Those people, it might not have even been Biden and his lot himself. It might have been Soros and all the chaps who don't want to see their money disappear. They want to keep getting richer, you see. Trump isn't going to allow that. Biden will, because Biden will take money from anybody. You know, the Russians, everyone. China. You know, they don't call it bribes anymore. They call it consultancy fees, or allowance to do this fees, or access to that fees. It's not. It's bribes. Bribery. Money talks. And they know it, you know. But, you know, if you Americans sitting at home thinking, oh, it doesn't matter, consultancy fees. It's not. It's bribery. It's criminal. Now, if you're going to sit there like an idiot and think that, you know, that's normal, it's not. It's not democratic. Why have a voting system? Why bother? Anyway, yeah, the red wave was stopped. It was a red wave. No doubt about it. That just doesn't happen in voting. Video. You know, video of... There's one chap on the CCTV in a counting room. He's gone up to this bin. He's looked over his shoulder. And he started looking at the ballots and throwing some in the bin and keeping the others. They turned out to be Trump votes. Others, whoever is running this scam, has obviously told everybody, look, whatever you do, try and get into the vote counting. Try and get into it. Because when you open a vote, if it's slightly out of the box or defaced in some way, you're allowed to either fix it, not, you know, just if it's just sort of slightly bad, or throw it. It's up to the person opening the vote. So what are they going to do? They're going to infiltrate, get behind on their counting counter or whatever. You don't want anybody looking over. So any Republican people will be pushed out of the counting room, which somewhere on here, that's happened in a lot of different places. Like hundreds of people thrown out of counting rooms because they're Republican. And people boarding up windows and so that they can't see in, can't see the counting. So, chap opens the vote. Oh, it's a Trump vote. Wait a minute. Oh no, oh dear. That one's finished. Throw it in the bin. Oh, Biden vote. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's it. Count that one, quick. Quick look over the shoulder. You know, I'm sorry, but that is just not, it's not right. You know, you've reduced yourself from a first world country to a 10th world country. You know, really, America should be concreted over and they should start again. Oh God. Yeah, Republican mediators ejected from buildings. What's that about? You know, you must think that we're stupid. You must think we're stupid. Why throw Republican mediators out of a counting centre? Well, there's only one reason, isn't there? There's only one reason. Rich people, corporations, China, the globalists, climate supporters. None of those people like Trump. And yet he was accelerating away because normal people were voting for him. All those people, any one of those people, China, globalists, Russia, anybody, any one of those could be behind this vote rigging exercise. Ballot rejected because it was in the wrong envelope. Ballot fixing for Biden. No ballot fixing for Trump. Glitch. Right, now this software system. Who makes the software system? The programmers, you know, who are they supporting? Obviously they're going to quickly sneak in like a little rat and sneakily put their own bit of code in so that they can change it from their computer at home. You know, it's all basic stuff, really basic. You must think we're stupid. You know, there's this superiority complex, they call it, where politicians and that, they get to this high point, or programmers if you like, or members of Zuckerberg, you know, him, they get to this point and they think, oh, I'm an achiever, I've got this high up, I must be way far superior to all the bottom feeders. In other words, all you people sitting at home. So they think that they're way superior in intelligence to any of us. So, you know, they think they can get away with anything. But as bright as day, we can all see it. So yeah, glitch in system fixed. And suddenly Biden, you know, it beggars belief, it really does. And Democrats, for the last 4 years, you've been saying, oh, the voting system's rigged. It must be rigged. So what have you done? You've gone to all your people and you've said, okay, we'll rig it next time. And you've rigged it. Last 4 years been saying election rigged. Now saying it's impossible to rig it. That's the mentality of a Democrat. Take the demo bit out of it. Demo, yeah, because they do demonstrations everywhere. And they support the BLM and Antifa, which we now know are pretty much terrorists or have been paid by those above. I don't know whether it's happened or not, but somebody said that the $200 fee you get to turn up at a riot and do damage, you're fed information, and this you must do this, you must do that. Once it's done, you get the 200. Now that's all finished because they think Biden's going to win. Their job is done. Nothing to do with black lives. Nothing. Yeah, Biden, been in the business 47 years. No changes. He hasn't changed a thing. Do you think he's going to change anything now? Yeah. Fake driving licenses. Found at various ports coming from China. A lot of them had the same face on, different names, different numbers. They worked on the scanning system. So you can get your fake driving licence, give it to all your Democrat friends, and then go and get more votes to fill in and send back. You know. Now, what about this? Dead people voting. Get away. You know, it just beggars belief. How can a dead person vote? We all know what's happened. Somebody's ordered a vote for them, filled it in with Biden, and sent it back. All the dead votes are all Biden. You know, they must think. You know, they must think they're not going to be checked or something. Unbelievably stupid. Now, no point having a recount because of one of the facts I've just stated. That whoever gets Trump vote, or too many Trump votes coming through, will destroy it. That's not going to get counted again. It's only going to be these in this pile. The good ones. So they've all gone. Ones that were thrown away, that weren't found, or were burnt. You know, those votes are gone. No point doing a recount. You've got to start again. You've got to start again from scratch. And all I can say is, it's even no good having an ID. You turn up for your voting, they give you the piece of paper like you do in England. You go to a booth, fill it in, go back to a box and put it in the box. But you've come in with a Chinese fake driving licence. Someone else's name. So you've got to be on a register. Even then, you can register to vote with a fake licence in America. But in England, you're on an electoral register, which means they know where you live and everything. And they know how many people in each house, who can vote and who can't. And another thing, in America, it even came up on the poor chap's news thing. There's actually more votes counted than there were voters. Now, you know, sitting there watching me, what do you think? You know, I'm not going to tell you because it's obvious what happened. There's loads more votes than there are voters. So therefore, people have been filling in votes somewhere. No, it's just unbelievably criminal. You know, we can never trust, the rest of the world can never trust ever what America ever says again. We can, you know, America, oh, the moon is coming towards the earth. No, it's not. I don't believe that. It's rubbish. You know, who's to say that one day there's going to be an asteroid coming in? It's not going to hit Earth, but America's going to go out there with a missile and deflect it and save us all. You know, that's probably going to happen. But do we believe them? You know, with CGI and everything, you can do it all on tape, on video. But, you know, the election is just unbelievably ridiculous. I don't know who these people are. I don't know who this AOC woman is. She looks about 12. You know, what's she about? She just sits there slagging off America. She doesn't want... All she's interested in is her own type. You know, I'm one who believes that everyone should be allowed everywhere in the world, and that your genetics should decide who you were, not where you were. Well, obviously you were born somewhere, but, you know, if you're born somewhere, you don't have the choice to be born there, and yet you get up and say, oh, my country's great. You know, I was born here, I'm an English person. My country... No. You didn't have any choice where you were born. So, therefore, look at your genetics. That's really who you are, not where you were born in the world. So, therefore, we should all be allowed everywhere. And if you could destroy the country system, okay, America would still be called America, but it would be the area of America, not the country, with people standing on the shores looking out saying, I'm American, I'm great. None of that. There wouldn't be a need for any armies because there's nothing to fight for. And the other thing is money, obviously. You get rid of money because if something's worth something, somebody's got to want it and want to fight for it. Whereas it should be produced as and when we need it. If a factory says, I need so many tons of copper, everyone goes to the mine and gets the copper. Or all the copper people produce the copper, and then that's it again. But you don't need money because you're getting free food, free accommodation, free transport, everything. So yeah, so you know, this, it's just not worth voting anymore. If stuff can be rigged like that, you know, we all know the systems now, how the rigging took place. So, you know, I'm not really bothered who wins. I was quite shocked that, you know, you see, there's a joking side to American voting. When Obama came in, suddenly there was millions of new black voters because he was black, not because they were interested in America. Nothing to do with that at all. They don't care. As long as they've got the rap music and they, you know, all that, that's fine. And enjoying themselves, which is how it should be anywhere in the world. So, but this one, you know, there's Democrat voters voting for Democrats because they're a Democrat, not because what they, obviously Trump's doing a lot better than anybody else has. But do you want belching industry doing well? You know, one of Trump's downfalls was the arrogance about the climate. You know, that wasn't a good idea really, because where we're going, you know, I can see it from when I was born and when I was a kid in the 60s to now. The weather is completely different, going downhill fast, and this is a minute snapshot in time. So it's gone like that. As soon as here's the Industrial Revolution, accelerating downwards. So, you know, I think him saying the climate was a hoax, I mean, that a lot of people, you know, you go on Greta Thunberg's, or whatever her name is, Facebook page, and they're all Biden voters because of that one reason. They don't care about America. They don't even live there, most of them. You know, just because of that one thing, the climate. But no matter, Trump was accelerating away a lot, and then suddenly somebody got the wind up and thought, right, release the votes, release the fake votes, and that's why you get a crossover. But to have more votes and voters, surely that must ring alarm bells. You know, I'm sitting here banging my head on the wall, thinking nobody's doing anything about it. Nobody's up in arms. Nobody, you know. The Democrats are thinking that's okay because they don't care how Biden gets in, even though he's virtually a vegetable. You know, they don't care. You know, where's the learning behind becoming a president? Just anybody can sort of up and be a president. That other idiot, what's his name? Keanu Reeves. What chance did he have? I think he was relying on the black vote too. Anyway, that's enough of that. But believe me, you've got to do something about it. Doesn't matter who gets in, just do something about the voting system. There has to be some sort of way where, you know, it can't be rigged. If it can be rigged, then you shouldn't have it. Because it looks as if, you know, people have gone from being honest and truthful. As soon as social media popped in, straight downhill. Nothing seems right. You get fake news, you know. But who's running the fake news things? You know, I've had since they did this last thing on Facebook with the change in policy or whatever. You know, everyone seems to be getting bans. They didn't do that when that first started. That's that yucky burger bloke. You know, he's obviously some sort of nitwit Democrat. You know, they really are nitwits. You know, I've not known anything like this. You know, I'm not going to say injustice. I'm going to say the gangster methods being used. You know, they just have got no scruples. When in the 60s, we used to call, if you stayed on the straight and narrow and treated everybody well and didn't get into debt and things like that, didn't get in trouble with the police, you had scruples. You know, but these people, it's zero. They have nothing. They just don't care. They probably don't even feel guilty. You know, that their Democratic Party has been undermined like this because they just want to win. They've got no other... Oh, I've got to go. Right, thank you very much. That's the end for that.